Welcome people, welcome back to Sadman Plays Transport Fever. Well, we are back with Transport Fever, and something happened again. The save file issue continues for me. I don't know why, but it does. But anyways, well, I did do something since the last save file crash. I went back to what we did before, obviously, and well, here we are. Here's the spiral, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, the round thingy for our freight trains, and we've put in 4 trains this time. I've used some pork barrels actually, because it took me over like 2 hours to do this. I wanted to do this much better. That didn't happen. I would have liked not to have this out there, but have it like this, like go have the road go underneath. And I like these edges as well, as though it's been cut off by manual labor, and so you know, and the road was paved in. That's why I like this texture. I don't see other people using it as much, but I use it. And yeah, so we put it all together again and put the trains in. And what we are gonna do today, we are actually gonna talk about Transport Fever 2. Yay! I love Transport Fever, and I want to talk about Transport Fever 2 today. And in the meanwhile, I'm gonna keep the game running. I'm gonna do stuff about, and we're gonna see this place connected to that over there, so that the steel can come here, and then we're gonna supply the steel and whatnot into Razzle. Razzle. It's actually the 1-year anniversary for something for me. And it's a sad story for some other time, I guess. Yeah, it's not a coincidence that my name's Sadman, by the way. There's a reason for it, so yeah, buckle up. I'm not gonna tell the story today. I'm probably not gonna tell it anytime soon, but yeah, we're just gonna focus on Transport Fever and the updates. No, let's not forget the updates. Yeah, so I'm just thinking if this is a good idea. Because no, it's not that. Yep. Yeah, it's quite hilly up there, so obviously we're gonna need the terrain, tools and whatnot, and then we're gonna have to go next to this line over here, which would mean for us to perhaps go this way. Might have been an idea. Go right next to the tracks over there, make a bridge. I wonder what happens, because this took me a better part of 4 hours, like 2 hours, and I still couldn't get it the way I wanted to, because I'd have preferred like an archway of some sort, not this. I put in the stone bridges here. You know what, I'm gonna fix that over there as well. I'm gonna change that to stone, the bridge section here. Or should I leave it like that, because I'm gonna change it eventually to the red steel one, which I like. Yeah, we're gonna see. Anyways, Transport Fever 2 is coming out in Q4 of this year, which means November, December, and the month before. October, November, December. Was it October? I don't know. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. October, November, December. Yeah, so October, November, and December. These are the months when Transport Fever 2 is most likely going to drop. I'm gonna keep working here, and I'm gonna talk to you about that, by the way. Okay, so these are the months most likely Transport Fever 2 is going to drop. And last time Transport Fever came out, what's going on? Last time Transport Fever came out, it was on 26th of November, I believe. And so speculations up there that perhaps this time as well Transport Fever will drop into the November 26th. Maybe, who knows, it might. So yeah, By the way, these are the things I'm gonna say. They're from actually people who visited what do you call it? Their show. Was it a show? No, the press conference of sort, if you want to call it that. Yeah. So I'm just thinking, which way should I go? I think this might be a better route at this point. Yeah, so they a few people got invited by Urban Games into the Transport Fever headquarters, or whatever you want to call it, and I wasn't one of them. I wasn't, because they don't know me. I'm a nobody, but I follow their content quite often. And as you know, Colonel Failure went there, and I saw his video, and I thought I'd make one from my perspective, after listening to what he has to say. And that's what I'm doing. Let's look at the Colonel for a second so that we can, well, not remember, but yeah, let's just look at the trains. Yeah, the Colonel riding about in his way. Yes, look at the Colonel go. Choo choo. Okay. Yeah, so what's new with Transport Fever 2? That is a good question. Transport Fever 2. Well, there's quite a lot to talk about. Initially, the main thing that has come out of the press conference, or whatever you want to call it, is obviously the improved graphics and whatnot, because it's apparently really good. And I don't know why there's a bridge here, but there is. I think I want to go with this because this looks cooler, at least to me it does. Yeah, so the graphics has improved so much. Like, the details are more in depth, and each citizen, remember I said in one of the previous episodes that the citizens are so alike, they all look the same and whatnot, but the graphics have improved majorly, and apparently it's like looking really nice, and that's saying something, obviously. I wanna go downwards. Yeah, and yeah, so there's new citizens, and they don't do the same actions over and over again. There's always that. And yeah, and they don't look up when they're at station. Apparently they look at the trains as they wait. Something new, yes. Yeah, I know it's not the most juiciest of stuff, but yeah, I'm gonna get to the juicy stuff that I think actually are pretty awesome. I'm gonna get to it, but let's just go through it one by one, obviously. Yeah, so if you guys have seen the trailer, obviously, which many of you might have, because let's face it, we all love Transport Fever. Oh, maybe it's just me, but anyways, yeah, Transport Fever trailer. It contained very little of what we know. Autosave, people, autosave. Let's announce autosave. Let's not forget the autosave that saves me from a lot of these crashes and whatnot. Okay, so collision. Interesting. So I guess coming through this. Any more collision? Have to get rid of the road. Okay. I have to get rid of this road for a second. We're gonna go on, do our stuff. We're gonna go on this side of the mountain into the, whatever you want to call that. We obviously want to go from here on up, and yeah. So yeah, the improved graphics, it apparently looks awesome. You could, well, not me, but experienced players are gonna have some fun with the new graphics and whatnot. I'm gonna go for that, or that. No, this. Yep. Next, we move on from the graphics, because it's a big improvement, and that's something I was looking forward to, most definitely. Because let's face it, if there's this game is as much fun as it is, it does look a bit too cartoonish. There's like an element of cartoonish here, at least for me. I mean, it's not a complaint of sorts, but you know, it is what it is. They had to do with what they had, and basically, the budget for the new Transport Fever game is apparently 3 times the first Transport Fever game, which means they had time to develop the graphics, obviously. Next, obviously, you could, if you saw the trailer, you saw that you could edit the world and whatnot. Why is this not coming out? Okay, we need to go up. Yeah, so the world editor, you know how you randomly generate seeds here to make maps? Well, in the next Transport Fever 2, you are going to find that you can edit worlds as per your need. That's a big thing, because you can place the rivers and streams as you see fit. Now you have to use the mods and whatnot to fix them up, and then you could also place cities where you want to before the game starts, and you can actually do it after the game starts, but since I didn't go because well, I wasn't invited. Urban games, you can always invite me if you want to, and if you're willing to foot the bill for my plane and whatnot. But anyways, yeah, so I wasn't invited, but from what I gather, obviously you can do it afterwards in game as well, but there are some things you apparently have to do. I did not understand that as much as I hoped to. Yeah, so there's that, and there's more to it. I'm gonna get to it. Yeah, wait. Well, the world editor, it's, well, you can put cities, industries and whatnot, and there's also, what do you call it, like the map sizes. Yeah, the map sizes are apparently going to stay the same. Well, not the same, but similar. It's not going to be massive, it's not going to be infinite, something that people might have wanted. Nah, and I think it's a good thing. Because what are you going to do with infinite map? Because at a certain point, the game, you have to take a break from the game, to be honest. I enjoy playing this game, I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy it. But the thing is, at a certain point, you just gotta take a break from time to time, because if I play this game for 1 year straight, I'm probably gonna lose my mind. I'm just that sort of person. Yeah. But yeah, it does mean that. But yeah, the thing is, people are assuming that the game's gonna be fine though, because there's an assumption going on that the experimental maps will be coming back with the help of modders and whatnot, because a lot of the people who did go there were from, what do you call it, what's the name of the place, transportfever.net, and they kept asking questions about this. Particularly, they were extremely interested in mods and whatnot, and the devs said that they were interested in expanding, like collaborating with the mods as much as needed. So yeah, there's that, obviously. And next thing is, ooh, interesting. We want to see what's happening here. It seems, oh no, he's not stuck. I thought he was stuck. But anyways, yeah. Continuing forward. Well, but industries, well, game will be running while the industries are put in place. Yeah, okay, I said that. And another thing that the devs have said is there will be traffic management here, and well, this to me sounds a bit like it's going to cities, city management, more like games of what do you call the game name? You call it City Skylines. Yeah, I'm gonna make a series about City Skylines as well, by the way, when the time comes. I can't do more than 2. Yeah, City Skylines, similar to that, there will be some games, gameplay, not gameplay, there will be traffic management, yeah. And to me that's exciting, to me that's fun, to me that's interesting. It's not the first thing that comes to mind, but it is, if you ask me, it is the next step. It is the next step for the game, because there's literally very few things you can actually do in terms of improvement of gameplay, because and this might be one of them. I'm excited to see what happens with traffic management, obviously. Some things they haven't actually said, which are in their trailers and whatnot, but they did announce in that thingy, I can't remember, press conference, let's call it press conference for the sake of love, and I just keep messing it up. But anyways, for the sake of argument, let's just call it press conference, what we want to call it. Or do we put in the big one or a small one? The small one's gonna do, because it's 120 and we don't have 120 trains at the moment, so might as well put the small ones. Okay, how many do we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10. Not enough money. Obviously, we can borrow because I paid back. I'm gonna borrow like 3 million. Yeah, it's gonna be okay. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. Still not enough money. What? Okay, so we're gonna go make one more. Set line, new line, going from here to all the way to here. Okay, so next we need to change the color to orange. We need to put in some lights as well, signals. What's going on? Oh man, we lost money. What? I didn't see the date. Anyways, yeah, the freight system is going to be different. That's something new, and that's something I'm actually really excited about. The freight system, it's not going to be the typical Transport Fever game anymore, where you put in what do you call it? It's gonna be very different. I'm gonna explain. One sec. I'm just gonna place these traffic lights. Well, not traffic lights. See, now my head is going around thinking traffic lights. Ah, okay, come on. Okay, so there's that, this, and I think one more here will be fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yep. Okay, so the freight system, let's talk about the freight system. The freight system, basically, you know how my mouth is going numb. The production of different materials and whatnot, they drive up from 200 to then the 400 range, then to the 800 range, and the industries expand. Well, that's not gonna be the same anymore. That's gonna change. The freight system, well, the industries will have a maximum production capacity of 200 from now on. 200, yes, that's right. And that's for any industry. That goes for everything, basically. Cargo, come on, autosave, yep. Cargo train, steel to razzle. It's actually steel to tools, yep. Yeah, so the maximum capacity of the industry, let's say for this, will have a maximum capacity of 200. It cannot produce more than 200. This is an interesting thing, by the way. This is a big part of the gameplay that's going to change going forward, because this being 200, it's also going to need it's not going to be like 1:1 anymore. Okay, so 1 coal and 1 iron is not going to equal 1 steel. It's gonna be different. I don't know how, but they're gonna put in. So it might take 2 coals and 2 iron ore to make 1 steel. So say you produce 200 iron there and 200 iron here, 200 coal here. It will produce 100 here. But say you do, like, you are able to supply 400, basically 400 to produce to the maximum capacity of the steel here. then you'll be producing 200. You'll need other places to source your coal and iron. That's a big part. It does not end there though. Every city from now on is going to accept only 2 types of commodities. Okay, that's a big part as well, because for example, Razzle Bazzle, my favorite Razzle Bazzle, it will not take like everything like here, right? It will have 2 types. Like it will either take 1 commercial stuff and 1 industry stuff. That's all it's going to take. It's not going to take everything else. That's another big difference from what happened last time. Oh well, this time, well, we're seeing it's not going to be the same as it's going on here. Every city is not going to take all 6 of them. That's a big part, and well, I actually welcome that, because it's going to be challenging to see what happens, to be honest. And yeah, I'm excited about this. I'm actually quite excited about this. It will prove the gameplay to be a bit harder than usual, because it's quite easy to just go to the next industry next to the city and just produce stuff and make money. That's not going to be the case anymore. That's just not going to be the case. Furthermore, what else? Let's see. Yeah, I think that's about the freight stuff. Another interesting thing that stands out to me is that pollution will play a part. Pollution will play a part. Okay, it's going to be very important, pollution, going forward. And yeah, so there's that. What will happen is, initially the game might not have a problem with polluted industries and whatnot, because not industries, I'm sorry, pollution in terms of noise and well, the other pollution, smoke and whatnot, will also play a part, cause the land value around, say for this, will drop. Land value around this station will drop. If it's like smack bang in the middle of the city, then obviously there's more pollution from the trains, so the land value will go down and cause for commercials and like residentials to move away from the station. That's a big part, because then, well, you know, people can't just go from home. If someone's home's here and the catchment area catches it, it's not gonna go there. They're not gonna go there. This is also an important new gameplay feature that I was not expecting and I'm excited about. Yeah, so, and airports will produce sound pollution as well, which would mean people won't want to stay near those places, obviously. So they're probably gonna have to be placed outside the city limits somewhere, so that they don't disturb the local residents and whatnot. Yeah, there are, oh, and another thing, you can change the flight directions as well. So say the plane comes in from here. From what I gathered is, like, if the plane comes in from this direction, you can change it to say come that direction, or you could say go from here to there, using waypoints basically to different places. Yeah, so there's those two. Those two to me are the most important features, to me at least. They seem like what is new, to be honest. Like, those are like the really new features that stand out to me. There are other features like what else is out there? Let's see. There will be campaign modes, and the devs also have said there's DLCs that are gonna come out eventually. And to be honest, I'm not that big a fan of DLCs. I'm just not. I mean, if I pay for a game, I'd prefer that I get the game full. I don't want there to be something I could get later on and have to pay extra money for. I just don't like that. But yep, that's gonna be a thing. The devs are gonna be putting out DLCs, and since the modding community is so big in Transport Fever, yeah, they will have to do something. They will have to do something about this, because they're gonna have to like put out really good stuff, big stuff. Otherwise it's just not gonna work. Yeah, because the DLCs, they're okay and everything, but I don't know. Anyways, yeah, and what else? People were asking about multiplayers or AI opponents. Those won't be there. There will be a lot of textures though. There will be a lot of textures to play with, and yeah, you can use unlike the textures I use, which I haven't used actually. Yeah, you could paint stuff the way you want. You could design it as much as you want. Yeah, those are there. What else? Cities won't grow fast enough if there are pollution. Obviously, I said that. And you can actually stop time this time around. As in, say you like this vehicle, you could stop time to 1890, and that way you could use this vehicle as many times as you want. It's gonna run normally. It's gonna grow old, and it's gonna have like, after 30 years it's gonna be like past its lifetime, but the time will stop at 1980. There's that, obviously. Razzle Bazzle. Tools. Supply. Yep. Okay, so there we go. And what else? That's almost about it. There are some other stuff I might have missed out, but to me the most important features that do stand out are obviously the freight system, which means the game's going to be much more different than what it used to be. And there's also the pollution to mess about with. Yeah, these two are the most important features to me at this point. These sound like things that will happen that are quite okay. What's going on here? Replace these with that. Okay, replace now. Okay, yeah. Where was I? See, I forget stuff, but people, forgive me, I forget stuff. Anyways, yeah, so these are the main features that stand out to me, to be honest. Things I would have liked to see though. I would have preferred, like, I'm excited about that small thingy. What do you call it? The freight system, but I can't say I'm excited about two products. I would have preferred like there to be more products to be supplied to cities, like you know, the industries mod. It's got wine, alcohol and whatnot. Different cities could autosave. Yeah, different cities could have like needs for different stuff, because those are the reason why people go from point A to point B, in my opinion. For example, if there's food here, people are going to come from here to here to get the food. You get my point? Yeah, and that's gonna happen all the way through. Yeah, so I would have preferred like more products to send to different cities, and like maybe not two, but keep it limited to 3 or 4 maybe. And because I'm excited about the challenge of supplying something that far away to this city, because this city needs it. Obviously there's cargo planes, which means you can do that very easily. That's not going to be a problem. And yeah, so those are it. And what else? I had some more ideas, to be honest. My 30 minutes up, but I'm gonna keep talking just for a little bit actually. Let's see what else. To be honest, I would have preferred more assets in terms of what do you call it, trains and whatnot. If you have seen the cloverleaf stuff, there's always that, obviously, the clover leaves and whatnot. Yeah, and I hope they put in a few like more animations in the game. For example, if this is this a residential? Yeah, this is a shops area. I wonder. It's here, isn't it? Yeah. So perhaps if this is a restaurant and whatnot, it's like a small stuff. You know, people could maybe come in, buy stuff, walk out. I mean, since their budget has tripled, I don't know if it's like a doable thing or not. People could be sitting here drinking a pint or something. They know people could be shopping for these groceries right out here, and yeah, there's more stuff, and they say they have room for improvement, and they're gonna listen to the community, obviously, and they hopefully they do a good job. I do want them to do a good job, obviously, because it's transport fever, and we all love transport fever. But that's about all I know so far. Maybe you guys know more. Maybe you guys want to share more with me, and you guys want to tell me what's going on. I would love to know, obviously. And yeah, that's about it. And we are going to see what we have done today. We've talked a lot, obviously, and we have fixed this line up. We have attached that line over there, and yeah, we've got trains going in and out everywhere. We've focused more on Transport Fever 2 today, obviously, and what I want to do next is I mean, it's all for next episode, obviously, but today's episode was more about Transport Fever 2 updates. That's what I said, and the gameplay continued, obviously. I'm saying obviously too much. I just noticed. But anyways, yeah, so cool new features. Hopefully we'll be able to test it out. And oh, there's one more thing. You could you know, stations are going to have clocks in it, which will show your current local times from your computer. And these are also important when you have modular stations, which basically you can make as you want. Interestingly, they did not include the curved station, or maybe they did. I just don't know. But you can make stations as you wish, but you can also put these in, which are very important in the gameplay. They implied that very much, because passengers do come and go to different terminals using these, and you can place them manually if you want. There will be clocks, I told you, and yeah, so that's about it. That's about all I know about Transport Fever 2. Big thank you to the Colonel, not the Colonel here, but the Colonel. Basically, he gave me didn't give me an update. He put up an update on his channel. If you want to know more, you can always visit his channel and see for yourself. And I have done my best, obviously, to parlay the message, but hopefully you guys like this episode of information. That's what we're gonna call it, the episode of information. Yeah, I'm gonna call it here though. I'm gonna end the video here. Watch the trains come in, go into Razzle Bazzle, and yeah, so that's about it. If you guys enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Press that like button, subscribe, leave a comment, all the good stuff. And until the next time, I guess I'll see you around. Hopefully you like the video again. Until next time, bye bye.